for context, right? Like I was a pro gamer as a teenager. So my brain is wired for, if I look at something, the very first thing that I do is I look for all the rules, and I look to
Mm,
understand what's all of the, what are the edges of this game? How do I learn and master all the rules? And then how do I break the rules? That's like
right,
gaming
right.
101.
Yeah.
And so when I first got introduced to Quora, a few things immediately popped out to me as like rules of the platform. One was every person that was getting a ton of engagement, they weren't just answering questions, they were telling stories. So
Yeah.
instantly I was like, cool, I need to tell personal stories. Second one was every one of them was writing stuff on a daily basis, if not multiple times a day. They were like pumping out content. So same thing, like you see that on YouTube, you see that on Instagram, like true creators are constantly in volume mode. So I was like, okay, there's another data point. And so the more that I just picked up these different data points, the more I started to realize that I could always spot these trends where like I would write something on Quora and it would get a little traction, and then I'd write something again and it'd get a little more traction. And every day, as long as I was remaining consistent, the algorithm kept working to my benefit. And I see this on Medium all the time. I try and either write or post something every day, and then the moment I let like 3 days go by, my whole algorithm just like flips and restarts, and I don't post something. And so I don't know, these things change all the time, but it's a pretty clear, and I've heard this from a lot of people, it's pretty clear that as long as you are consistently putting things out, the algorithm learns, hey, we want this person to stay on our platform, so we want them to be rewarded, so we're going to help nudge them in the right direction, so that way they keep coming back and creating more and more.
Wow. That's really interesting. Yeah, I would have assumed that they like content that's a combination of the quantity you put out and the engagement. So they'd want something combining of those, but I've never really gone deep on, okay, they'd actually prefer people who are posting more and give them more preference.
Yeah, I
So
mean, something else that's fascinating, I love studying other industries. Like, as much as I study writing and publishing, I actually study other industries a lot more. And um, the Spotify CEO was giving a keynote like a month ago, and he was talking about the future of music and all of this. And he basically was saying that artists today, like if you're putting out an album once every 2 years, like you're dead in the streaming world. There's no way, because their whole everything they're built on, and their algorithm and the way that streaming works, like he basically was like, if you want to survive as a musician, you need to be putting out new music constantly, unless you're already in the tier of, I'm a Drake, I'm a Taylor Swift, I'm a whatever, I can get away with that. But if you look at even artists like Drake, they're putting out singles, and they're doing collabs with other artists, they're doing stuff on a monthly basis. So
yeah,
we're in a volume world.